It's really heavy and upsetting when I think about, you know, the this approval of the asylum actually means that I wouldn't be able to go back to Hong Kong. And the reason why they approved my asylum application was because they recognize and acknowledge the evidence of the past persecution I faced and the fear for future persecution by the Hong Kong government and Chinese government. And so, having a Hong Kong person to be approved to have their asylum approved, meaning the situation back in Hong Kong is not good. Like the situation of persecution, people getting persecuted and getting restricted and oppressed politically for their civic engagement, and it means that the situation is worse, and that's why they're in other states is approving an asylum application, right?
There are many other Hong Kongers who are trying to escape the situation back home, whether it's through applying for political asylum like yourself or other channels. So, what do you think are some ways that the United States and perhaps other countries can make that process easier, more accessible, or more fair?
We're seeing some lifeboat policies from the beginning when it was introduced and it was enacted, and then it's advanced in the UK. And obviously, well, from our perspective, part of it has to do with the historical responsibility that the UK government has to Hong Kong. But in contrast, like the US, they're not doing much with the safe boat, like the lifeboat policy there for Hong Kongers. So I think there are bills related to that, and it seems like it has been in the Congress for over 2 years, and it's still not getting any response, or like it's not really going up at this point. And so um, we're hopeful that the US government will be on board on providing better policy for Hong Kongers to come to the US. Um, and at the same time, I hope that, like, from publishing or announcing this news of my asylum approval, I also want to use my story and my experience, at least like the knowledge I have from throughout this experience, to share it to some other Hong Kongers who are trying to seek asylum in the US. And hopefully, it will help some other people who needed that information.